Hey, Josh Tigg, Running T Farms. Evening cattle move, kind of an afternoon cattle move here. We've moved the cattle a reasonable ways here. We finished up a section on the other side of that tree line right there that you can see, where we was able to use pressurized water. Once we get over on this part of the farm, we don't have any pressurized water currently close enough to use. So we have a water lane built right there. You can see some of these girls right now going down just past that cedar tree right there. They can turn to the right and they can get down to the creek to get some water. So we're going to be grazing away from the water here for a while, and then I've saved this area here at the water lane because we're going to get headed back down that way, back towards the barn to get the cows to the barn here in another month or so. So this area where we're at now, we grazed in June. This was kind of some of our buffer area, I guess. This was an area of the farm we didn't really set out to graze unless we needed to, which we had the driest June that we've had in 135 years, I believe they said. So we had to dip into our buffer zone here on our farm. Had to stop on our active grazing. We came over here and took one pass off of this in June. If I remember correctly, we was getting somewhere around 225 cow days to the acre. Did bring the old grazing stick out here. If I can get it to stand up, it's hard to do this and shoot video, so you can see there, 29, 30 inches of forage here. Have a close look at it. It's there's a lot of it. There's about 100 acres in this field here that's like this or better. We didn't graze the whole 100 acres during June. Obviously, we just grazed about roughly, we started down there, which it gets pretty narrow down there. It gets a little bit wider as it comes up, and we're just about to where we stopped in June. Probably grazed 10 or 12 acres of this in June. Maybe not hardly that much, but anyway, we've got the cows spread out here. They're calling for us to get a couple inches of rain over the next few days. I've got 3 breaks set up through there so that we can move these cattle. We usually give them twice as much area as we normally do when it gets wet, and we will move them half as often. So I will give them a whole day's worth of grazing when I move them in the morning, and then I'll give them a whole day's worth of grazing when I move them about dark. So we just found that cuts our harvest efficiency probably in, it cuts it in half, obviously, if we're giving them twice as much area per day, but it just minimizes the pugging. So manure's looking good. This grass here's not hardly as good a quality as where they just came from, so we might see their rumen need a day or so to adjust, but that's just looking fantastic there. Nice green color, no undigested fiber in it whatsoever. A lot of these cows are just laying down, ruminating, taking it easy. I thought I would get up here and kind of give you a overview of what we got ahead of us. Like I said, there's roughly 100 acres just in this field that has pretty much the same type of forage. I did clip this up pretty high in August just to try to improve the quality of this stockpile a little bit, because I actually didn't graze any of this at all last year. It rested all last growing season, all last winter. We did not have to get into it to graze last winter. We didn't get into it at all this grazing season. Like I've said before, we're severely understocked. So I did go in there and mow it about 14 inches high, just to knock down some of the stuff and try to create just a little bit better quality stockpile. But anyway, we're gonna see how much rain we get. We've got plenty of breaks set up. They go all the way over to that wood line right there, about 60 paces wide, and we're giving them about 60 paces deep. Like I said, that's a whole day's worth of grazing. Probably actually, we probably will back off on that. We could probably get by on less than that, but we're going to start there. New forage here, so it'll take us a day or two to get the graze dialed in. But we're going to have to deal with a couple inches of rain here over the next 2 days. So we're going to stay flexible and make sure we don't pug our ground up. So everybody have a fantastic rest of your week. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. We're going to just keep right on grazing here in North Carolina. We've got a lot of good stockpile ahead of us. We won't feed any hay this year. We ain't fed any hay for the last several years, but we're going to just keep right on grazing. Hope everybody has a fantastic weekend, fantastic rest of your week.